Hey, what's going on, everyone? It's Steven Like a Gamer. Like I said, I'm back to back filming these game discussions, these little reviews, and this one's probably going to be a little bit quicker. Not sure how long the last one even went because I went up, I hit stop, and now I'm hitting record again. Didn't check the time, but this was a game that I've been wanting to get for a while. A lot of people just say it's one of those underrated games that a lot of people either love it or they hate it, but I hear it's very underrated. More people like it than hate it. And I just finished it not 30 minutes ago, so it's still kind of fresh in my mind, and that is Binary Domain. Again on the PS3. Also, you can get for the 360. I've actually been getting a lot of my stuff on the PS3, if you haven't noticed my pickups these days, because I'm just really loving the system. Don't know why I waited so long to start buying more games for it. I'm starting to buy more of the multi-platform games for it. As you can see, I haven't added too much. Actually, the 360 collection, whoops, is kind of dwindling. I let someone borrow like 12 games today that I took to a buddy who just got a 360. So he's borrowing a lot of stuff like Gears of War, Halo 3, and everything that he hadn't played. And I just gave him a stack of games and said, "Here, experience this stuff." But I've been enjoying getting a lot of the stuff for the PS3 now, just because I need to build up the library for it, and I want to get used to the controller and stuff again, like back in my PS2 days for when the PS4 comes out. But I used to only get the exclusives for the PS3, but these multi-platform games have been doing fine on it for me. I'd always heard bad things like the multi-plats are always better on the 360, but I can't tell any of these differences that people like notice, I guess. I thought Binary Domain ran perfect on it, so. But anyways, I'll go ahead and get to the game. Binary Domain. What is it? It is just a thrill ride of a third-person shooter. I love the setting and the world of this game. It takes place where you're following this main character Dan and this other group of these soldiers. And what has happened is that there's a company called the Amada Corporation where they develop robots. So pretty much you're in a world in the future where robots are about you. Just think of iRobot. They're helping you. They can be driving your taxi. There's soldier robots, and there's humans. You're all living among each other. And yeah, it's kind of those things where sometimes people are afraid of the robots, kind of like Will Smith's character. Never trust them or anything. And then there's other people who welcome them with open arms. But what has happened in this world, there's a new form of the robot called a hollow child, and it is a robot that looks and appears to be human. It's got a human skin on it, and it acts human. It has emotion like human, but it's actually a robot. But nobody knows. Nobody can tell that these are robots. They could go 30 years of their life, and then all of a sudden they could freak out or something, or go on a mission to kill somebody, and you have to shoot them, and you wind up seeing, oh my goodness, this is a robot. And you just did not know that these hollow children are running throughout the world. And so the main goal is this: you're Dan and this group of troops, and you're pretty much set out to find out who is at the cause of all this, the root of all these problems, and to find out and locate all these hollow children. And it gets even deeper into that, but that's pretty much all the story you need to know. And the cast of characters is pretty awesome. Of course, you got Dan, your lead character, who's your American person. They kind of stereotyped in everything. He's a jockey, loudmouth, who just everything's his way or the highway, and he knows everything, knows all. But they got other characters in there like Charlie, the British soldier. His beau is like man, now I can't think of it. Coltrane from Gears of War. It's like picture image of that in this game. Then you have all sorts of, you got a couple more characters who join you, and each has their own specialization in the game. I have a drink over here. I haven't drunk straight up soda in a while, but I had to break it because it's so good. But anyways, back on topic. Now I forgot where it was. Yes. You have all these characters that have their own special abilities where it's not like abilities, but their own special weapon type. Like the main character Dan, who you're playing as, he pretty much has an assault rifle, and then you can pick up a random secondary weapon as far as shotgun, sniper, rocket launcher, and it's pretty much the controls are set up just almost like Gears of War. You take cover. It's kind of like an auto cover system. Your weapons are mapped to the D-pad just like in Gears. Bring up your gun. It's pretty much a spitting image of it, except you're sprinting with the control stick. But your basic third-person shooter controls. But each character has their own, like I said, weapon set. One character's a sniper abilities, another one's like a light machine gun, and at the beginning of each scenario, kind of, you can pick who you want to take with you on these missions. So it's pretty cool how it mixes up that way. And also throughout this game, you're able to earn these credits, and you can level up your main weapon that you have. Like I said, the main character Danny's got an assault rifle, so you spend a certain amount of credits. You can level up how many rounds you hold in the magazine. You can level up the firepower of the weapon. So that was pretty cool. How just very small RPG element, but even like small little RPG element in a shooter can make a world of difference just to make it feel that much more deeper. Even though it's still just a shooter, it was still pretty cool to know that, you know what, I can spend points and get some ammo. They also have like this nano suit system where you have a grid of about 6 to 8 spaces where you find these like nanos throughout the game that you can equip to your suit to give you a little bit extra health, give you a little bit extra firepower, defense, or something like that. But nothing too major that even if you left it blank, it's not going to mess with the game any. But when you talk about shooters, you're just talking about, is it fun? Is it challenging? How is the cover system and everything working? And I thought this game I don't know if this released at $60 or not, but it seemed to have dropped in price really quick. I'm not sure why, but it was just, I thought it was so much fun, the combat in it, because you're fighting these robots, and the whole time I just keep thinking about a robot, and I just really love that movie. And I mean, it's not like fighting an average like enemy. They kind of like I said, I keep saying Gears of War a lot because it kind of resembled it. I remember the enemies in Gears of War taking a few shots to kill, and the same with these robots. It's really cool fighting them. There's different varieties, types. There's big ones, small ones. There's some that carry shields. There's some that move quick like ninjas. I mean, they're all over the place. So a really good variety in the robot enemies that you're fighting. It was cool where you can get headshots on them, and they'll actually be fighting on your side for a second because they have no heads, so they'll be shooting at their own partners, and it kind of distracts the other robots because they'll be shooting at him, and it gives you leverage. So I thought it was really fun, kind of fast-paced shooter, not as fast as like a Vanquish, but faster than Gears, and I just loved everything about the gameplay with it. Of course, there's ammo scattered throughout the levels. And like I said, you're with the party, so if you go down, they can revive you because you pick up med packs throughout the game. But and the game was never too challenging where I ever actually kind of went down. Maybe during some boss fights, and this game has a ton of boss fights throughout the levels. How it's laid out is 6 chapters, and each chapter has like it doesn't say in the game, it's kind of set out into different acts where pretty much say like chapter 1 has about 5 acts, and almost at the end of each act you're fighting a boss. It won't indicate you that you're in an act, but pretty much after you fight a boss fight, you know you're starting something else or the next act over. But very cool boss battles, very challenging. One of the main keys in this game is you have attached to that assault rifle is like a pulse shot, to where it's like if it's a robot or something, it's like a huge wave of energy that shuts everything down. It's like a shock pulse, I think that's what they call. And that's like your go-to thing during boss fights to kind of give them a short temporary EMP burst and wail out on them. But it was just a really fun third-person shooter. Like I said, the environment and setting with the future technology, robot stuff, I think is really awesome. Uh, Not like it. I thought the game looked beautiful, looked fine, but a lot of the levels kind of repeated themselves with hallways and stuff. Like everything would look the same and kind of dull. Nothing that's really eye popping like a Last of Us or an Uncharted or anything, which I was just talking about. But just kind of you're in a lot of buildings and stuff that look futuristic and everything, and you're just like down long hallways, corridors, taking cover, shooting. But it's all about having fun, just shooting up robots and stuff like that. So if you're into third-person shooters or anything like Gears of War, it's a crazy storyline that it's actually really cool once you look deep into it near the end when all this other kind of stuff starts getting revealed. It's got a lot of corny, cheesy moments in it, but for I think you can get it used for 17 bucks right now. It's worth every penny. I would have paid more for that for this game. So guys like Alex Return to Mother Base, I know he says the game is great, and I second it. It's a fantastic third-person shooter. Give it a go. Uh, I'm not sure what else I could say about it except go out there and play it. It is a budget title that you just should go get an experience. You might like it. I mean, you might hate it, but you'll probably love it if you really like third-person shooters, and just give it a try. So if you're into future robot type stuff or into the movie I, Robot, I highly recommend the game. So I guess that's about it. I'm done. I just filmed two things back to back, and I can feel my voice giving out from all the filming. So my eyes are getting heavy because I'm getting kind of tired. It's late over here. I think it's almost 11 o'clock, and that's like my bedtime. So, anyways, I'm gonna call it a wrap for this one. That's Binary Domain. Give it a shot. Like a gamer. Like now.